Brandi Glanville is slamming Caroline Manzo, and so is Dina Manzo's daughter, Lexi. We also have Tom and Ariana that are finally selling their house as Tom moves in with his girlfriend. And did Katie Maloney's new boyfriend just get caught cheating on her? What? Let's get into it. You're listening to No Filter with Zach Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Let's dive in. Happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had a lot of fun over the weekend. I hope you did some exciting, maybe you went to the pumpkin patch, maybe you went to a Halloween party. I ran a lot this weekend. I did a lot of running, working out. Laura says, hi, Zach. Katie was at the sandwich shop. She can't be bothered. Oh, I'm glad she was at the sandwich shop. I'm glad she's finally clocking in. Good for her. Yeah. So Nicole says, I'm so happy I caught the live. It's been a while. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Karen. Karen from Minnesota. What's up, Karen from Minnesota? Whew. We have a lot to get into. Brandi just cannot help herself. She continues to put her foot in her mouth. But I guess first bit of news, Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix are officially selling their home, and Tom Sandoval is moving in with his girlfriend, Victoria. Good for them. Glad that he's finally moving on, letting go of the house. I mean, the house was never going to be something that he was going to be able to maintain on his own. I guess especially considering Vanderpump Rules isn't back. I think I saw a tweet this morning from the Bravo Babe, and the Bravo Babe was saying that they're not expected to even begin filming again until next year, 2025. So yeah. Pamela says, Zach, I see you voted. Oh yeah, I have my I voted sticker on. I voted. I did my civic duty. Yeah. But so yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what apartment he ends up moving to. I mean, I feel bad. What did Charlie say when she was talking about Lala? She's like, let's talk about how you went from a mansion back to an apartment. At least Lala's working and doing her thing, right? I don't know what Sandoval's doing. I don't know what they're all going to do. Well, Lala has her podcast. Sheena has her podcast. Sheena does a ton of endorsement deals. I saw Lala's been doing endorsement deals and her Amazon Live deal. They both seemingly are going to be on the new season of The Valley. So yeah, I don't know what Sandoval's doing. I know Schwartzy's out there making it happen with Schwartz and Sandy's, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. Pamela said she also voted early. Yay, good for you, Pamela. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. To the front, to the right, to the back, girl. Is you not? I know he thinks you're fine and stuff, but does he know how to wind you up? But so yeah, Tom Sandoval officially moving out of his house with Ariana. She's been gone for a minute. She has her new house in the Hollywood Hills that she got. So she's all right. She's doing all right. Lori says, do you think as they get further from the public eye, they will need other gigs? Oh, absolutely. They have houses and mortgages and all this stuff to pay for. So they're definitely, starting to think ahead, which Lala has her give them beauty, give them. I know she used to call it give them Lala, and then it was give them Lala beauty. But then I think now she's just doing give them. So give them beauty, give them baby, give them skin. I don't know. Brian says, let's put a zombie pin in the current Vanderpump Rules and reboot it, or just cut it. I'm super bored. Yeah, I don't know if it's I mean, if anything, Sheena, I know on her podcast said that she at least wants a farewell season. I know Lala and Ariana are the two that have reportedly been holding out for more money. They're the two that have been holding out and haven't signed their contracts yet, from what's been reported, which I believe. I think they want them both back, but we'll see what happens. I really don't see Ariana coming back at this point. I don't think she needs to come back. But I do hope they give us a farewell season. I think that was, yeah. Brooke says last live was spicy. It was spicy. Last week was a spicy week. Last week was a long week. I went from dry tri-regionals to, grandfather services to the most chaotic live I think we've ever done. So yeah, I'm coming into this week with a breath of fresh air. I feel cleansed. I feel healed. I feel strong. I feel grateful. You know, I don't know. Well, we'll see what this week brings, but I'm ready for it. You know, I'm ready for it. So yeah. All right. Well, let's see what's next. We okay, so I saw this bit of news about there being a Real Housewives of London coming, and people are like, "Oh my god, oh my god, what? It's Real Housewives of London is coming," and people were like freaking out, and they were so excited. But I don't think that that's like a real thing. Like, I think yes, there is going to be a Real Housewives of London, but I don't think it's going to be like a Bravo thing. You know, they have like Real Housewives of Melbourne and like Real Housewives of all these other like international iterations. I think London is another international iteration that's not going to be a US Housewives show. So we're not going to see it like air on Bravo. I think it's a Hey You special. Hayu? Is that how you say it? What the fuck is Hayu? Is that Australia? Um Hayu is the subscription-based video streaming service owned by NBC Universal, a division of Comcast. Yes, but where is Hayu based? Hayu. Where is Hayu available? There we go. Okay, Europe. Yeah, Australia, New Zealand, Iceland. Okay, it says across most European countries. Yeah, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Iceland, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong. Okay, got it. Got it. But it's not like a US. Yeah, I didn't think it was US. Hayu is where Europeans get our Bravo shows. Yeah, sounds just like Ladies of London. Yeah, it sounds like a repackaging of Ladies of London, which was Ladies of London US? Was that Bravo? I don't remember. I didn't watch it, but there we go. Nicole says Jolene Lenzer was talking so nicely about you on her podcast last week. Listen, I love Jolene. I love Jolene. She is hilarious and so sweet and has always been so sweet to me. And I mean, Jolene and I go way back years. So yeah, I haven't talked to her in a minute, but it's very sweet that she was saying nice things about me. I always have nice things to say about her. And she's always been so supportive of me. Love her, love Nana. So let everybody know, anybody that's a supporter of Jolene, send love from the Zack Pack to Jolene and Nana. Nana's still kicking, right? Right. I'm not like saying something offensive. Nana, yeah, we love Nana. Sending Nana many, many years. Love Nana. Nothing but love to Nana. Ladies of London was on Bravo. Okay, got it. Boom, boom, boom. Love how you are about. I'm about everyone. You know, love Daily Dose of Donna. Love Jolene. Love everyone. Everyone. All of them. Even gonna send love to Up and Adam and Jason. We're sending this week is just love, 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 love. I'm like Teresa Giudice. Love, love. Laura said, "That's right. You're a straight ally." That's right. I'm a straight ally. She was referring to you sticking up for her last week on your pod. I listen. One thing I will do is I will stick up for what is right. I will stick up for my friends. I will, you know, we ride at dawn. Let's go. You know, always. Okay. That said, what should we talk about next? Okay, we talked about Tom and Arya. Okay, so do we want to talk about Katie's boyfriend or do we want to talk about the Caroline Manzo? Let's talk about Katie's boyfriend really quickly because I feel like this doesn't look good for him, but I'm also kind of torn in terms of like how I feel about it. So Katie has her new boyfriend. What's his name? Nick something? Nick. Nick Martin is his name. And so he's a guitarist for the rock band Sleeping with Sirens. I've never heard of Sleeping with Sirens, but Nick is their lead guitarist or is their guitarist. And so Katie Maloney is now dating Nick Martin, and she even vouched for him on her podcast Shenanigans, and she said that they'd met and he was really sweet. And she's like, I know I've heard like some rumblings or some rumors about him, but like, she was like, I had a great experience meeting him. So it's great. Then this photo dropped on Reddit, and you'll see if you look at the photo, which I have presented here if you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube. And if not, if you're only listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please leave me an Apple Podcast review. I saw some of the trolls were back. So if you want to be nice to and do something nice, please leave me a review if you're enjoying the show. But so you can see the photo here. You can see it's Nick, and he's with this girl. He's got his rocket red hair, but he's like kissing her. She's taking a selfie, and he's like in her ear. I don't know if he's like whispering sweet nothings in her ear. He's like kissing her on the side of her head. Unsure what he's doing, but you can see that she pulled up the metadata, and you can see that this was taken Sunday, September 15th, 2024 at 10:20 p.m. So it was a late night. It was a Sunday late night last month in September. She used the front camera, 23 millimeters, 7 MP. Like the photo's 1 megabyte. Even has the location, not just the timestamp, but the location stamp. And you can see, I guess she has his contact in her phone, or at least has other photos with him in her phone, because you can see in the bottom corner of the photo, there's like a face, like it detected his face from other photos that she had in her phone. So this doesn't look good considering Katie Maloney just this month. So in October, Katie professed her love. She said she's in love. She's dating someone. This is the guy that she's dating, Nick. He's actually quite a cutie. I don't love this new rocket red hair he's got on, but it's just like fire crotch, but like on his head. So wait, did she post this? No, Katie didn't post this. Somebody posted this on Reddit. Oh, I guess the girl, because she blurred her face out. Her identity, she's trying to keep private, but she's outing the fact that he's kissing her. Now, looking at the photo, like it does kind of look like maybe they're just being friendly. Like maybe this is after one of his rock concerts and he was just like chilling and taking a selfie with the fan, and it looks suspicious. But then there are all these other rumors from exes that are saying that he's a known cheater. So it doesn't look good for her. But then again, I was like, okay, well, benefit of the doubt. Katie just said that they're in love, so maybe this was like maybe they just became exclusive this month, and this was like right before they became exclusive, so he was technically still like not in a relationship. But then I feel like you at least have somewhat of a period where you're like fully exclusive before you're like in love. And Katie said she's in love. So yeah. I don't know how you go from kissing another chick last month to suddenly this month you're in love. Love. This is why you should date a rocket scientist. Yeah. I mean, Rachel Leviss is doing the thing, right? She's doing the thing. According to the Reddit thread, Katie also blocked all these women coming out saying they were dating. So is Katie in denial? Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay. Does anybody know that throwback? So anyway, we'll see. Weigh in below if you think Katie's cheating or not cheating. Seems like he may be cheating, and she seems to be in denial. But speaking of denial, denial is a river in Egypt. Brandi Glanville. Whew. Brandi. Also, like, just to close up the Katie stuff, like, rock stars cheat. Like, that's what they do. Look at Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl literally had a whole baby outside of his marriage and has been married forever. Billy said, sadly, the odds are against you if you date a musician. Yeah. Marianne says she has a bad picker. Yeah. I mean, I'm not denying with any of that. Sydney says maybe they have an open relationship at this time, but I'm going to guess that she's in denial. I think she may be in denial. Let's get Kristen Doty on it. Yeah, we need Crazy Kristen on the case. Let's get Kristen Doty on the case. But so we have Brandi Glanville. Whew. And Brandi is not making herself look too good. So she put out a tweet yesterday, Sunday, at 3:51 p.m., which I don't know if she was drinking. I don't know if she was having a Sunday fun day, but she just decided she woke up and chose violence. She chose chaos. She did shots fired. She tweeted, "Happy Sunday fun day. It's been almost 2 years now since a line short, red-headed, closeted old lesbian ruined my life. Girl, lean into the rainbow. It's a beautiful space. When you come out, your family will be able to finally speak their obvious truths." And then she put a bunch of like uh, heart face emojis and rainbow emojis. But I was like, "Damn, it's been almost 2 years now since a lying, short, red-headed, closeted old lesbian ruined my life." It was just like, "Whew, shots fired." Sydney said, "Brandy stays doing the most." And then Phaedra, obviously, throwback to Ultimate Girls Trip 2. "What made you think the lady was a lesbian?" Her Birkenstocks, her eyebrows, I don't know. So, whew, whew. Everyone was like, "Wow, Brandy, that is." Joe says those eyebrows really outed her. Does Caroline Manzo have lesbian eyebrows? Let's look up some photos of Caroline Manzo. She always has glasses on. I don't think her eyebrows are giving lesbian, right? I mean, I feel like her hair is kind of giving Reba, but like in her nose, I don't know, but I wouldn't say that her eyebrows are giving me lesbian. Well, I would say her hair gives more lesbian, right? She's got that slick back hair. She just, yeah, I would say her hair gives me more lesbian vibes than anything. Are you taking Zach BSB? Taking me where? Good luck with that one, Brandon. Yeah, I never got it from her eyebrows. Yeah, the short boy hair doesn't help. Yeah, I don't like it. Can we say defamation? I don't think that's defamation. Is that defamation? Why would that be defamation? Mallory says Caroline gives Butch vibes. Yeah, she just, she looks like the type where she's gonna grab her crotch and be like, "Grr," and give us a good grr. You know, I don't know. Listen, she's married, she's got children. I never like some people have like Butch vibes, but like I wouldn't automatically think that they're lesbian. I mean, she could be two spirit, you know? And if she's two spirit, more power that if that's how she identifies, then you know what, good for her. Just the other week, I identified as a billionaire. Now I'm a billionaire. Just because I said it, that's how I identify, and that's how you should accept me. Najat says Brandy ruins her own life. Stop blaming others for your mess. This is what I will agree with. I think it is a lot of deflection on Brandy's part of being like, Caroline ruined my life. And not that Caroline didn't ruin her life, but Brandy also made the situation much worse and ultimately ended up ruining her career as a result of it. Krista Marie says she's Mrs. Soprano who just sent her murderous mob underboss brother-in-law away for, Yeah, so we can talk about that too, but the Brandy thing is crazy. The Brandy thing just it just makes me like Brandy just is her own worst enemy. Brandy has so many chances to like be the underdog and be the one that everybody roots for. I mean, listen, but I'm similar to Brandy in a lot of ways where I just say things and I just throw shots and I do shots fired and it's not always the best, but I mean, I hope I'm a little better than Brandi Glanville. Brandy is being spiteful, but yes, calling her the L word can be considered def, defamation. Is it defamatory to call people a lesbian? I don't think it like is that a when you call somebody a lesbian, is that like a mean thing? I didn't think that that was a mean thing, right? I mean, I guess my mom's a lesbian, but like I don't think it's mean to call someone a lesbian. I mean, to call them the D word, I think would not be very nice, but like, you know, Evalie says, I do feel bad for Brandy. She bit the hand that fed her. Yeah, now she kind of has to deal with her own bullshit. Kat says, you're not at all similar to me. Oh, okay. Amy said, that's not derogatory. Yeah, calling somebody a lesbian is not derogatory. It's just saying she likes coochie. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Brandy is looking at a lawsuit. A lawsuit for what, though? Brian says, no, call me a lesbian. Call me whatever you want. Just call me. Call me. Mm, 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 mm. Call me. Nicole says, there is a school close to mine where some students allegedly identify as cats. Oh, well, that's quite the pivot, Nicole. Thank you for sharing with the class. Zach, your mom is a lesbian. Evalie, what is this hate speech in my comments? What are you calling my mother a lesbian? Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess so. She's been with her partner for like the last 13 years. She left her husband and now she's dating a woman. It's been like 13 years now. So yeah. How dare you call my mother a lesbian? Bobby Boucher, lesbians are the devil. Emily says, a later in life lesbian, I don't think are true lesbians. Wow, now you're questioning her identity, Emily? How dare you? Beast. How dare you? Foggy says, Zach, you're gay. Calling someone a lesbian is like calling you gay. It's not derogatory. Sorry, it took me a second to let that one clock in. So yeah, Emily in here with her hate speech, calling me gay and calling my mother a lesbian just because she's dating a woman. Rude. Smugga Smaragda says, "That's different. Caroline presents herself as a married woman." Mm. But it's not derogatory to say that, like, somebody's a lesbian, right? I don't think it's derogatory. I don't think Brandy's opening herself up to a lawsuit. I don't think she said anything defamatory or derogatory about Caroline. And if yeah, it's about it being an untrue statement in court. I mean, if there's footage of Caroline and Brandy making out, then Brandy could make the argument that, like, she mistook Caroline for a lesbian. I mean, but Brandy should have learned better. Remember when she said that Joanna Krupa had a fishy coochie and her coochie smelled like fish? Remember when Brandy said that? And then Brandy ended up getting sued over that. So Evely says it means you're manly-ish. Calling somebody a lesbian doesn't mean they're manly-ish, does it? There are plenty, what do they call them? Lipstick lesbians that are very feminine. Krista Marie says, "That party at the Brownstone, I heard some things went down that night. I think the family is done with Christopher." Oh, the Manzo brother? The Manzo son? Christopher Manzo? Chris Manzo? What? The family's done with him? But also, wait, can we talk about the second part of Brandy's tweet? Because this is what people are torn about too. They said, when you come out, your family will be able to finally speak their own obvious truths. Who is she referring to in her family? Everybody's saying it's Albie. Everybody's saying she's talking about Albie. She's talking about is I never got the vibe that Albie was a lesbian, but I mean, I could be wrong. Do we I mean, I know you're, like, not supposed to speculate about, like, people's sexualities and, like, let them be two-spirit or let them be, questioning and queer, whatever. Let them be what they wanna be. But, like, Brandy's insinuating something. Lori says, "I don't know, Albie is engaged. Isn't Albie engaged? He's engaged in some dick. I don't know. Yes, I do believe he's engaged, but, like, I don't know, was she talking about Albie or was she not talking about Albie?" Nicole says, "Why is it derogatory to say that why is it derogatory? Oh, why is it derogatory to say that somebody is a lesbian, but not derogatory to call them straight? Neither of these terms are bad." That's a good point, Nicole. Thank you for stepping up for the straight people in the chat. I don't know. Cassie said, "I thought I heard about Albie being gay a couple of years ago. Is he?" Laura says, "Didn't one of them have that flamboyant friend Greg?" Don't now we're gonna bring up Greg. Yeah, I feel like I've never heard of Albie being a lesbian, but if that's the word on the curb, first time I'm hearing about it, you know? I'm not saying that Caroline is gay. She just looks a little mug diving now and then, a little muff diving now and then. What is muff diving? I don't know. Everly says, because Caroline is married to a man. Well, Albie's marrying a woman. I don't, maybe Brandy's saying like mother, like son, you know? I don't know. Really? Do we think Albie's gay? I know he's bald now, but I didn't know he was a lesbian. Let me see. Albie Manzo. Oh, he had a baby. Oh, look at he posted a photo wishing his mom a happy birthday. Look at happy pride. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. This chat lately is making me laugh so much. Why? What do you guys say now? Sydney said he did give me gag vibes back in the day. Oh, Well, just because you gag doesn't automatically mean that you're gay, you know? Plenty of gay people don't have gag reflexes. They're very talented. Hmm. Oh, wow. Look at who is this? Oh, Lauren Manzo. Look at he posted a photo with his sister Lauren in April, and they're dressed up. And Lauren's dressed as uh, a penis with balls, and Albie's dressed as a taco. Maybe this was him saying he's a bottom. I don't know. I don't know. If he's a taco, I mean, listen, let him live his truth. I don't think he's gay. He is bald though, and I'm not liking that. But you know, oh look at it, the husband serving. Oh, I keep trying to have babies with men, but it just won't work. Can't figure out why. Well, Sydney says everybody but Zach can understand my typo. What are your typos? Krista says, you don't get emotional and try to take out your wife or ex-wife or kids. He just hasn't been able to stop his rage towards Dina. And Albie just isn't and hasn't been happy, but I heard that goodbye. Say what? Girlfriend, what are you saying? That was like 4 different conversations in that one comment. Marianne Stout says Chris is more likely to be gay. Marianne Stout, not you coming after Christopher again. You need to leave Christopher alone. He's not even in the live chat. Marianne Stout be scaring him off. Well, there we go. Muff equals to taco. Got it. Got it. Does Caroline like salsa on her tacos? I don't know. Lexi McCartney says, I love the way that Dina addressed the situation from Friday on her podcast. She had your back. Oh, Donna. I thought you were talking Dina. I was like, Dina Manzo has a podcast and she had my back. I appreciate that. Listen, Donna, I love Donna. That cracked me up. Like, let's talk about that on that when she was on her Friday live. That was funny. She's like, woman, lady, might as well just call me bitch. And then she's like showing the screenshot of the Instagram story. And then she's like, and they put clown music. I was dying. I watched that like 50,000 times. I just kept watching it on loop because Donna was cracking me. And then I love that her little screen name said Donna Bowling, not Dana Wilkie. Like it was just good. It was hilarious. I was laughing, you know. It was just too good. Too good. She cracked me up the most. She's like, "Might as well just call me bitch." I was like, "Oof." Everly says, "I'm very happy that you made up with Adam and Jason." Yes, we spoke. We agreed to bury the hatchet. You know, all good. All is good. Donna was on fire. Maybe not. Donna's always on fire. Donna makes me laugh. Even my mom texts me and she's like, "Not, don't be coming after Donna." She's like, "She's such a nice lady." I was like, "Mother, do not call her a lady. She's a bad bitch." Whoosh. I know she called me the other day and I was like, "Hi, is this Dana Wilkie?" I'm surprised I haven't heard from that swamp creature. Actually, I'm better for it. Teresa says the two brothers lived with their gay friend. I don't think either Albie or Chris are gay. That's a very good point. Usually you don't live with other gay men when you are gay. I like your logic. Jennifer says, off the current subject, but didn't the photo from today's podcast mention Tom Scumdevall already cheating on his new girlfriend? Was the story about Katie's boyfriend, or are we getting to Tom? Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for joining the live chat. You're a little late, but we started the episode talking about Tom Sandoval moving in with his girlfriend, and we also talked about Katie Maloney's boyfriend cheating on her. So the cheating rumors were in reference to Katie Maloney and her new boyfriend, Nick, not in relation to Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend, but Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend were mentioned at the top of the episode where we talked about him moving in with her and selling his house with Ariana. So if you were late, that's your catch up. Nicole says, I almost peed myself last week when you said Dana Wilkie is a swamp creature, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do. Like, I meant that as sincerely as possible, you know? Swamp Thing. No, I didn't say Swamp Thing. I said Swamp Creature. Krista Marie says, no, Albie and Chris are not gay. Okay. This Manzo son deep dive. I need proof. Yeah, I need proof too. Zach, can you read Lexi's letter to Caroline? Well, I was thinking of reading it on today's podcast, but it's very long. Um, thank you, Jennifer Kate. Glad we cleared that up. Rochelle says gay men don't live together. This chat has me lost and more confused. Lost and more confused than Caroline Manzo? Or lost and more confused than Albie Manzo? I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm just joking. Like, I'm literally just trying to throw a little gay shade, right? So, sorry if it's coming up. See, Mo in the live chat says Albie always seemed closer to Greg. Greg Bennett, yeah. I wonder if Greg and Albie had like a Logan and James Kennedy situation, you know? Who knows? Who knows? Laura says, I didn't know gay men didn't live together. Apparently not. That was somebody's case. Lexi says, no, I was there Friday, but they didn't make up. They just left the door open to clear the air. Zach said that he was not reaching out first, and as he's done many times before. Yes. So to clarify, to update you, because I'm sure many of you are like, what's the update since Friday? Yes, I did receive a phone call from both of them. We spoke at length. We have agreed to bury the hatchet. I have no more shade to throw. I have no negativity to throw. If anything, the only thing I'm throwing back is um, a few beers with Caroline Manzo during Pride Month. Actually, I'd much rather throw a few beers back with Albie. And I don't even drink beer. Max says, can we normalize straight and gay guys being platonic friends? Sure. We should also normalize gay guys blowing their straight friends, you know? They're called bro jobs. So yeah. Not the James and Logan situation. I mean, ah. But yeah, guys, that's the update. The hatchet's been buried. I have nothing but love and good vibes to send that way to everyone, everybody involved. Nothing but love, 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 love. Straight and gay guys being friends isn't that uncommon nowadays. I agree. Luciana says, what I do not understand, not getting a job again renewal on reality shows are any different than so-called regular jobs. Say what? Mallory says, I'm bisexual and I don't find my friends sexually attractive. It's normal. I think all of my friends are attractive, right? And if they weren't attractive, then they wouldn't be my friends. I'm always down to make out with one of my friends and just make things very complicated. I love that for me. I've been I've been in enough complicated situations. It's just, chaos is where I is my chaos is my comfort. Everly says, Zach, who does Femtero predict will win the presidential election? That's a good question. You have to ask her that. I think I know who's winning the presidential election. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. I don't even think we need a psychic prediction to tell us that. I think it's pretty obvious. But from what I have heard from like some of the psychics, they said that they've heard some like confusion around who's going to win. So maybe there's going to be like a contesting of it, or there's going to be like a fight for the crown. I don't know. I haven't asked Femtera about it recently. You want me to ask her now? Let's see if she gives us an answer. She's probably done it on her YouTube channel, so I would just say go look at her YouTube channel. Femtera. Finding someone attractive doesn't mean you automatically want to fuck them. Why not? Why wouldn't you wanna fuck them if they're attractive, right? Hell yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know? Zach, you're so vain. I bet you think this text is about you. Everything's about me, Marianne. Everything is always about me all the time. Michelle says, I need that hoodie in a demure, mindful font. Chaos is my comfort. Uh, will there be a Hunger Games? Maybe. Some of us need an emotional connection. I mean, yeah, sure. That works too. Max says, if I think you're remotely attractive, I want to fuck you. Okay, who wants to fuck me? That's all I want to know. Just like if in the live chat you're like DTF, let me know. I just need the validation, right? And like tell me like something specific that like you like or would want to do to me. Like, I like specifics. I really do. I love being what is it? When people are like, "Don't harass me, don't objectify me." Please objectify me all the time. Like, objectify the shit out of me, you know? The day I no longer get objectified, that, will make me sad because then I'll be like, "Oof." Cat says, "No, sorry." Wow. First comment, "No, sorry." Well, that makes me feel great. Thank you. Cat, is there a more specific reason why? Are you a lesbian? It's okay. I've given off lesbian vibes in the past. I kn you can look at some of my older photos, and it was definitely giving lesbian. Michelle said, "Would bang." Mo said, "Some intense hand holding." Ooh, I don't know, that scares me a little. That's a little intimate. Like, objectifying me is one thing, but, like, intimacy is very different in my life. I'm afraid of intimacy. Stacy says, "When you meet a potential new guy, do you ask right away if they are top or bottom?" Yeah. So right when I meet somebody, I say, "Hi, my name is Zach. Are you a top or a bottom?" That way, you just get it out of the way right up front. Oh, Joe, that's right. I do want cum tributes. Love cum tributes. Mallory said, Zach, I saw lyrics for Reba's song, A Single Mom Who Works Too Hard. I always thought it was two jobs. It's not two jobs, it's too hard. A single mom who works too hard. No, that doesn't sound right. I think Reba mixed up her own lyrics. That is not true. E. Smith says, straight female here. I'd tap Zach. 5 sure. Okay. She said 5 sure. And I've never really seen E. Smith active in the live chat this much. So, hmm, boom. Lutinsky J. Wood. Back at you, buddy. Nicole says, wish you were straight. Thank you. Look at I love the love. All the love. Book Sweetheart says, if I was single and a man, why do you need to be a man? I'm all the things. Krista Marie says, no connect. Please see Adulting with Zach Peter. Pamela says, I robbed the cradle. Robbed the cradle, baby. I'm 31. I'm grown. Evalie says, I'm straight, but I'm curious about Zach. Oh, you guys are crazy. T with Tambo says, if you were straight, I'd sit on your face. Wow, you guys, you have no idea how much joy this brings me. Like somebody telling me that they would sit on my face like that, like is like the ultimate like compliment. You guys, you have no idea how happy, how much joy this brings my heart. You can probably see it with the smile on my face. Sydney said, bang for sure, but no hand holding. See, I respect that, right? The less intimacy, the better, you know? I'll even throw a little choke in there. Jennifer says, if I was 30 years younger and trying to see if I could get you to switch teams. Oh, 30 years younger. Wow. That's so many years younger. Listen, you could still get it. Rob the cradle. Michelle says, top or bottom is right up there with the pronouns. Oh, no, I don't do pronouns. Sorry. That's where I draw the line. If we have to exchange pronouns, it's not a match. It's a swipe left. I'm sorry. I know. Hate speech, sure. Sorry. I can't. I can't. Sue says, Zach, I am a straight woman and I find you attractive, but no, take that as a compliment. You're adorable. Wow, Sue. You know what? But like, okay, that gets to the earlier conversation about like, attractive and does that automatically mean bang? Nicole says, do you think that they'll add top and bottom to the LGBTQ acronym? I mean, at this point, why not? Anaconda says, I offered you a baby making collab a while back. I do need somebody to help make a baby with because I definitely want a baby. Desiree says, if I wish you were straight too. I'd for sure do. Wow, thank you guys. Wow. Lynn says, new to your live chat. I've been listening to you for a long time, and I agree with your point of view on many subjects. Love you. Thank you, Lynn Godley. Thank you, Lynn Godley. But will Zach DM his butt to someone he finds attractive? Probably not. I don't like butthole pictures are just like not my jam, you know? Zach after dark. I know it's too early for Zach after dark. We took this live chat crazy. It just took a spicy turn. Your personality and confidence are what get me. Okay, Jasmine. Billy says you would be the best father. Oh, I can't wait to be. Oh, Lynn said, oh, you guys don't. That's so sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to be a dad. We're gonna have a little baby. I mean, but I want like 2 kids, right? I want to be like, let's go, football team, let's go, right? Like mess with my family. What? Me and my family were thick as thieves. And you know who's not thick as thieves? Caroline Manzo and her family. So Dina's daughter, what's her name? Lexi, wrote this very long blog, right? I guess it's her blog. It's boho chicken, bohochicken.com. And so she put a new post out called Don't Poke the Bear. And a lot of it talks about Tommy Manzo. Tommy Manzo was her stepfather because Dina had Lexi. And then after that, she was dating and got married to Tommy Manzo, who's her ex-husband. They were together for a long time. And so Lexi, the daughter, is now speaking out. And she's also talking about her Aunt Caroline and how Caroline's married to Albert, and Albert is the brother of Tommy Manzo. So that said, Nicole says, imagine mini Zach Peters running around. Oof. She said, oh. But like I said, oof. Imagine a bunch of me's just causing chaos everywhere we went. I mean, that sounds like a good time. But anyway, don't poke the bear. She wrote this whole blog post, Lexi, about how, I mean, she kind of talks about her relationship with Tommy Manzo and how he was very manipulative and he was kind of very cold. And she calls him an enigma. She said that he was very generous and charismatic, but like there was a lot of there were these other sides to him, and he was also very manipulative, and he was an unavailable husband. She calls him a notorious cheater, a workaholic. She says that he would use his money to, I guess, like flex and buy affection, and that didn't always work. And so she said that her family was imperfect, but they were never hostile, but they, had their issues. And he really turned on them when Dina decided to end their marriage and move on and leave Tommy. And eventually that rage that he had came back to Dina when he had the mobster attack Dina's now husband. And remember, there was a robbery where they beat up the guy and they beat up Dina when they were here in New Jersey for Teresa's daughter's, what was it? It wasn't a christening, it was a communion. So very complicated. And Lexi's now talking about it. And she does write this very beautiful piece about how they were scared of Tommy for a very long time. Now he's being sentenced to prison. So they don't have him in their life anymore. And I guess there is no more of that fear. But Lexi is saying that she addresses her Aunt Caroline and her other aunt, the one with the pig. Remember the one that she had the pig? What was her name? Cookie, her sister Cookie, who we saw on Manzo'd with Children. So she talks about the two of them and how she's disappointed because they were her family. She even talks about like Caroline was like a second mother to her, and their silence was very painful for Dina and for Lexi. And not only their silence, but then for them to go and support Tommy and to write character letters in support of Tommy, that was just like it really fractured their family. She said specifically, Caroline was more than an aunt to me. She often rocked me to sleep as a child and stepped in as a second mother, welcoming us into her home during the uncertain period following my mother's separation from my father. Yet, in a staggering betrayal, she would later choose the side of my mother's abuser and go as far as writing a character letter in defense of Tommy, what could compel someone to form an alliance with the felon over their own blood. Some might describe it as thick as thieves. Meanwhile, my mother's sister Cookie continued to be employed by him and even appeared in court in his support. A troubling lack of loyal troubling lack of loyalty despite having once shared a home with us and bearing witness to Tommy's darkness. Other family members chose the path of silence, offering neither empathy nor acknowledgement, their complacency and acceptance to his crimes. I have been severed from a once beloved village of aunts, uncles, and cousins, all because of their fractured alliances. My phone is yet to ring. Perhaps this shows how cunning a man Tommy is and how shallow humans can be. So it is very sad. But she goes on, and the point of this blog post is for her. She talks about how I'll just read you the end of it. Um, for the last decade, I felt trapped because it's very long, and I was originally going to read the whole thing, but then I was like, well, no, it's a little too long. But so these last four short paragraphs I'll read for you because this is how she closes it, which is really just the she talks about how terrible Tommy was and how abandoned she feels by her family. But also, she says, for the last decade, I felt trapped within the layers of my own story, existing in silence and hesitating to confront those I feared. My mother, her husband, and I persevered despite these hardships, turning our pain into purpose and our trauma into truth. It wasn't until I began to unpack these emotions that I thought I'd ask myself, who really is the bear? Is it the people we fear, or is it fear itself? Bears are docile in nature. They're passive creatures, the leaders of constructive rest, and are notably peaceful amongst their tribe, often minding their own business until they are poked. A bear's anger emerges when they are forcibly positioned to protect themselves and their family. It is an honorable and purposeful rage. It's understanding the true spirit of a bear, I realized that Tommy was never the bear. I am. A devoted daughter coming to the defense of her mother and a keeper of truth who has been poked for far too long. This piece is a declaration, a refusal to live in accordance to those who once perceived to hold the power over me. I shared this truth not only for myself, but for my mother and for all those who quietly endure their pain. I invite you to reclaim your power if you feel lost. Be the bear. So there you go. Be the bear. She's setting herself free, which is just sad. Caroline Manzo is definitely enthralled in a lot lately. Be it, I mean, so I get where Brandi Glanville, and I get where people are torn, right? Because Brandi Glanville's like throwing these jabs at her, and people are like, "Go Brandi, go Brandi," and some people are like, "Brandi's taking it too far." But I get people are like, "Well, Caroline's terrible, so go Brandi," and Brandi's always been, a truth teller. I don't, I don't know. I don't know what went down with her and Caroline. I don't know why Caroline doesn't have a relationship with her sister Dina. There's a lot, but that's what you got. Sydney said that probably took a lot for her. Very impressed by Lexi's statement. Yeah. Krista says Lexi didn't choose this life and it's always going to be there, and I hope she can be free. I think at this point there can be some freedom. Um, you know, they can now hopefully be able to move forward and have some sort of peace. So, yeah, that's what we got. Michelle says, "Is there a world where we could ever possibly get on that season of Ultimate Girls Trip to air?" I hope so. I want it to air at some point for sure. My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. Like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure. Kat says, "At least they live in California and not in New Jersey. No awkward run-ins." Yeah, there's going to be no overlap. They've got nothing but you know, space, and I don't think they're going to Jersey anytime soon. Oof. Mm-mm-mm. Krista says, "Why? Because Caroline was so scared that she had to choose between her family or her family." I mean, yeah. Sue says, "To support Caroline, she was with the show on the glory days. She was the glue that held it together, not Teresa." Yeah, I mean, she definitely was kind of the glue that held everybody together at first, but then eventually when she left, Teresa was kind of able to take that show from there. So Laura says, "No Thanksgiving this year." Why no Thanksgiving this year, Laura? Danny says, I wish Caroline would just drop it now that he's in jail. Yeah. I mean, at this point, what more do you have left to defend him, you know? Hopefully they can drop it. Listen, if this weekend is proof of anything, you can drop things. You can move past things. You can bury the hatchet. You can choose to just move forward, and focus on the peace. Joe, Brian says you gotta beg for the love and not him because he's the one you want. What do you say? I don't chase, I attract. That's what I say. Jen says, I don't like Teresa. I just think she gives nothing to Jersey broads, but Italian girls too. She makes me look ridiculous. Mallory says, I would love a public apology from Dolores and Caroline writing those stupid character letters like Ashton and Mila did for their character letter for Danny. Don't know, guys. I feel ya. I don't know why they chose to support Tommy. I don't know how they feel now that he's going to prison. They're very hardcore, tough Italians. So I don't know where they stand on all this. All right. That's all I got for you for today. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tuesday. We gonna get it, get it, get it. Get it, girl, get it, girl, get it, girl. To the front, to the right, to the back. To the back, girl. It's your night. Nothing else, yeah? Nothing else came up. But, oh yeah, Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives had a baby. Her baby number 3, Billie Jean, was born over the weekend. So congrats to them. Congrats to Whitney and her gay husband. See, everybody has a gay husband these days, Good for Albie. Okay, that said, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Talk to you tomorrow. More episodes coming later this week. Hopefully, they're not nearly as chaotic as last week, but give me a follow, Just Ben Zach, if you want to keep up with me. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zach if you want to keep up with all the latest tea. I will talk to you later, skater. Ciao for now. Bye, 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 bye. Laura says, should I get a gay husband? Everybody should get a gay husband. Why not? Bye, guys.